Filler. Tonight we'll be watching Silent Night, Bloody Night. Let's begin.
Hello, and welcome to a very special holiday edition of Filler.
Filler up!
With me, as always, is Craig Frank.
That is
Lynn Jr. the first.
That's still me.
And Chris McCaleb.
Hey, Brett.
Today,
Can't wait to watch this movie.
Today we're watching the holiday classic, Silent Night, Bloody Night.
Bloody Night.
As always, if you get tired of the movie, which I can't imagine you would, click the button right here and you can jump to the next time that we appear. The good stuff.
Yeah. This is why you're really watching. Probably.
You ready? Everybody ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah,
You ready,
I'm
Craig?
ready. I'm ready.
Happy holidays?
Happy holidays.
All right, here we go.
One last time, I have to see this ground. It's beautiful now, as if nothing had happened here. Soon they will tear down the main house, and then nothing will be left. Nothing. Except what I remember. I grew up in the town nearby, where my father was the mayor, and where this house stood, waiting for me. It was built by Wilfred Butler. We had never seen him, and he never lived at home. Until the day before Christmas in 1950, he finally did come back. For the last time. All of us believed that his death was an accident. No one knew that another person had come to Butler House that Christmas.
As Deputy Coroner of the County of Arlington, State of Massachusetts, I hereby find, upon evidence of an autopsy conducted by the medical examiner of this county, that the deceased, Wilfred Butler, died as a result of burns inflicted accidentally upon himself on his own premises during the afternoon of December 24th, 1950. No further inquiry shall be held over the body of the deceased, and this inquest is officially closed.
All is calm, all is bright, round yon Virgin Mother and Child.
After the coroner's inquest, on New Year's Day, they buried Wilfred Butler. There was no one there to mourn him. It was the funeral of a stranger.
I, Wilfred Butler, being of sound mind and body, at least what the world considers sound, do hereby leave my house and its grounds and all personal effects within that house to my only surviving relation, my grandson, Jeffrey Butler. And I solemnly charge him with one duty. Let him leave the house as I left it, standing untouched to remind the world of its inhumanity and cruelty.
For 20 years, that house lay empty, exactly as Wilfred left it. And then, last year, rumors began that it was finally being sold. The newspaper story traveled through the county to a state hospital for the criminally insane. The man who came to sell the house had never seen it. He was a lawyer from the city, just doing a job and enjoying it.
Stop! And look serious, please. Oh, you're hopeless. Oh, look!
Hey, wait, where you going now? The mayor's gonna have a fit, kid.
One more shot.
Come on.
Stay there. I want one together. And smile.
For all the news as it happens, stay tuned to WLIX, your voice of the Northeast. This is Roger Fowler with local stories. First, today's headlines. A warehouse fire still rages in Elizabeth. Police suspect arson. An escaped inmate at Margaretville State Hospital still at large, still hunted by state police. And over in Roxbury, the city passes a controversial housing code.
Well, didn't I tell you? It's beautiful.
Can we see the rest of it?
Honey, that was it. I think the mayor's waiting for me.
My love is such an important man.
Right. Laura always says that.
Darling,
What?
don't be long.
Honey, if you get bored, just look at the view. Sooner or later, that viaduct's gonna take us back home.
Mr. Carter.
Mr. Mayor.
Let me introduce you. This is Charlie Toman, who publishes our weekly newspaper, The Patriot.
Mr. Tolman?
And this is Tess Howard.
How do you do?
She operates our switchboard.
Oh, really?
We call her the communications director. And this is Bill Mason.
Mason?
Our sheriff. Won't you sit there, Mr. Carter, at the head of the table?
Thank you. I didn't expect to meet you all together. It's quite a reception. All right, let's begin. As you know, I've been retained by Jeffrey Butler. The matter concerns the house that he inherited from his grandfather, Wilfred Butler.
Go on, Mr. Carter.
I believe that you offered to buy the house for my client.
Offered. We begged him. We wrote letters and
That's
we...
enough, Tess.
Well, it's true.
Trouble. There's always trouble.
I can sympathize.
I spent the last 20 years and more driving people away from there. Prowlers, burglars, kids, they're the worst. Chasing for nothing because of that will. That dribble about humanity. No. Inhumanity. What the hell is that, huh?
Yes, well, he was a bitter man.
Hate.
It must have been very hard.
It must have been hate.
That man hated. Well, some people are like that.
The question is, well, do you still want the house?
Are you offering it to us, Mr. Carter?
Exactly.
Why now?
Well, that's Mr. Butler's business, isn't it?
You know we're not rich. Most of us came here during the Depression. But we love this town. It's our home.
And naturally, you want to improve it.
Exactly.
My client understands that, and he fully sympathizes, and he's willing to sacrifice the house for $50,000 in cash by noon tomorrow.
That's an awful lot of cash.
It's also an awfully good bargain.
You could go to Wilton. You could go now to the bank.
Am I clearly understood?
All that cash.
Perfect. I'll wait for your answer till tomorrow.
You're spending the night here?
Yes,
May I ask where?
at the Butler house.
We could put you up at the motel as our guest.
No, the house is fine.
The Paradise Motel.
That's very kind of you, but I'm meeting Mr. Butler about some personal items.
You'll want a phone. I can reconnect the line.
Don't trouble, please.
No trouble. You'll need a phone.
Don't want to be stuck out there.
Well, you've convinced me. Thank you.
By the way, have you known Mr. Butler a long time?
No, I've never met him. He called me and asked me if I'd handle this for him. I said yes. He had the key delivered to my office. Mr. Mayor, Sheriff, Mr. Tolman, Miss Howard, see you all tomorrow. In fact, I'm looking forward to it.
Slick, really slick. He's a big lawyer, Bill. You've got to expect that. Don't tell me about lawyers.
Oh, you see the way he looked at us? You see his clothes?
He's doing his job. Just don't tell me about lawyers. You know what I'd like to see? Two of them like that when talking to each other. Neither one of them would know what to believe.
Oh, man.
So far, so good.
No.
So far, so
No.
good.
What?
Can I start off with the first question?
Yeah.
Okay. My very, very first question is, why do we keep making these? And why? Who's watching?
A, because it's the most popular thing on our channel. B,
How?
I don't know.
How is that possible?
Leave us a comment. Let us know who you are.
Yeah. Hit us up on Instagram. It's the only thing I actually look at anymore.
Did you want to talk about the movie?
Yeah, we can get into that now.
Oh,
that was the first question.
You mean this film by Theodore Gershony? Took the film by credit?
His magnum opus?
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's not since McGee took the film by credit in Charlie's Angels Full Throttle has it been so earned. So earned.
So earned.
Let me ask you, do you think that they lit a single scene in this movie? Or
This
is this
movie
all
certainly
natural
lit that
lighting?
guy on fire.
This movie spared no expense.
Okay.
On serviceable lighting equipment.
They didn't spare no expense. They spent no expense.
They spent no expense.
There's very little lighting at all.
I wrote that this is written like a novel.
What novels are you reading?
No. Like the VO felt like someone was reading a book.
It's funny that you said
was
that.
detached from the movie.
It's so funny you said that because when I was at the very beginning, I thought, I feel as though I'm watching a book report.
That being said, I'm interested. So we got the old house, the mental institution. We got the lawyer, fancy lawyer.
I wrote it down.
Okay.
There's not a line of sync dialogue in this movie. A person speaking on screen until almost 8 minutes into the movie. 7 minutes 45, and it's the woman, the young girlfriend, where they're like toddling around, taking pictures of themselves.
And you're saying that does not work.
That's crazy. I mean, it feels like a movie that like they had a bunch of different things, like photographs, like weird photo montages, and it feels like they just tried to stitch it together like the old Corman movies. Maybe it was just me. Hashtag filler up.
Here we go. We're back in.
I love you too. Honey, when I get home, I'm gonna have a nice surprise for you. No, I can't tell you what it is now. It wouldn't be a surprise, now would it? No, I can't come home now, but it'll be very soon. Very soon. Honey, of course I miss you. Yes, I miss Mommy too. Laura, how are you, kid? So I'll call tomorrow. No, I want to call. I want to talk to Jenny. Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, I'm having a fine time. Well, same to you, darling. What do you mean, hostile?
I was wondering, if we get it, what then?
Tear it down.
Okay. Okay. I'd better get going. Do me a favor, Tess. Call Diane, tell her I'm to Wilton, and I'll be back late.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, Butler wasn't kidding. Nobody's lived here for years.
That would be such a waste.
It's his grandfather's monument. You know, there's a caretaker who keeps this place just the way he left it.
What kind of monument is this?
Well, that's the trouble. Nobody remembers anymore.
That's what usually happens in America.
I remember this. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I'm his own. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own. And the joy he shares, I carry there.
You're not serious.
I used to hear that at funerals.
At funerals?
Yes. When I was a kid in Chipley, Georgia. There was also a Chipley, Florida. But they have both been subsequently eradicated from the map. None other has ever known.
Was a delicatessen, so I brought you pastrami, salami, potato salad, macaroni, everything you like.
I'll have bologna and macaroni. No, some of that potato salad. Did you pick the wine, too?
The delicatessen man took a personal interest in its selection.
Oh, well, we got lucky again. That's early 1970. That's hard to come by.
Can I have some, too?
Of course you may.
Thank you. people who lived here. They must have had a wonderful life.
Well, I hope they did. Wilfred Butler must have believed in something. Look at that stone fireplace, parquet floor, the mahogany, this table. Now, you probably think this place is made of wood, right?
Well...
Wrong. You know what his grandson told me? Underneath that wood, there's 2 feet of stone. The foundation is 8 bricks wide. Now, someday they're going to come in here and they're going to tear this place down and they're going to build little tract houses all over this property on quarter-acre and half-acre lots. And that bulldozer's going to come up that hill toward this house. And it's going to get the surprise of its life. They built a kingdom out here. Only nobody's left.
No? Butler has a grandson.
No. He's probably like the rest of us. Wants money. You know, he's asking $50,000 cash for this place. And if the only way he can get at least $250,000. But he won't take his time. So he'll get screwed.
Do you want to go upstairs now?
Soon. You know, one of the great pleasures in life is the pleasure of anticipating pleasure. Isn't it?
We are very close now, aren't we?
Sure, honey. Very close.
I don't see any beds yet.
Well, keep looking, honey. Butler said the place was furnished. It's furnished.
Anything doing?
No, sir. But look at this.
More football, huh?
Look how they smeared that quarterback. Look at his eye.
Got no time now. Otas. How about that telephone up at the Butler house? Is it working? Well, try it now. I'll wait.
Hello? Oh, yes, Miss Howard. Yeah, the phone's working fine. Very nice of you to call. Thank you. Good night. Honey, I'm going down to the car to get some cigarettes. Be back in a minute.
Okay.
Don't get lonely.
No, no. Did you get your cigarettes?
Yes, I did.
May I have one?
Sure. Oh, it's the most amazing things. These cigarettes come in these very small packages these days.
Oh, that's for me?
Mm-hmm.
Can I open it?
Oh, no. Our Christmas is day after tomorrow.
Is that an order?
Yes, ma'am. That's an order.
I think this is great. I genuinely... No, stop.
That-
Because I'm, at this point, way in.
Okay, here's the thing.
There was a solid murder scene.
I don't mean
I'm
to
into the
sound
mystery.
sexist.
That love scene was riveting.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, but I
I
don't
was
mean
uncomfortable
like,
being around you guys while that love scene was happening.
At least with the B
But
girls,
you weren't too uncomfortable to take your pants off.
That's true.
that made me uncomfortable. But
I felt no such discomfort.
See?
But wouldn't you say like
he's racist.
That's where it's
with,
at.
with
He's
B
racist.
girls?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
How's that maybe racist? I don't want him to take his pants off. We're all sitting uncomfortably close to each other. This is not a normal setup. You're touching me now.
It's a very special holiday edition.
That is true. All right. Well, at least so we learned a lot of things here. Tony Bennett, the main character, who's dead now. But
the lawyer.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time catching anybody's name.
I call him Tony Bennett because he looked like Tony Bennett.
Oh, that's not his real name?
Yeah, I thought he was old George Clooney.
Oh, that's good too.
Although old George Clooney is like he is old now.
Yeah, Clooney's starting to look
but
like old George
he's older George
He's
Clooney.
like George Clooney's father's cousin, so he's sort of related, but not really.
No.
Because this is the only
In a
movie
way.
he's been
He's
in.
no
as far as
Clooney.
I'm
He's
concerned.
a second cousin.
He's no
yeah.
Clooney dog.
So the guy is the lawyer is cheating on his wife.
Right.
With who? Who is that girl?
Right. Well, and I liked when they walked in the house and that this girl who's like, I don't know, a quarter of his age, and like legitimately very attractive, when she walks in there and she's like, I wrote it down. She's like, "It's fantastic, isn't it?" It's like, not really. Like, this is kind of like a shitty old house. Like, I don't know what she's so excited about. Like, maybe she's never seen a home, like a house.
She's not American, so I'm assuming she comes from some.
Are any of these people American? Do you know anything about this movie? Like,
I know nothing
is
about
this
this
a foreign
movie.
Because it definitely felt like everybody was Italian and they dubbed them over.
Yeah, well,
Except for maybe the old woman.
Speaking
whatever
of which,
her name was.
Speaking of which, I felt at some point watching this, I felt as though I was watching the first live action version of Scooby-Doo. Because all of the characters look like what you would see.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's true.
They look like the live action version of the people who you were always like, oh, is it the farmer or is it the lady?
Well, and I wrote, is it the townspeople?
The ridiculous town council.
Well,
how about the like Breaking Bad guy with the bell? Like he
Oh,
only
yeah.
communicates by ringing the bell. I wonder if they got that from
Speaking of which, the mayor looks like the dude in the wheelchair. And
That's-
with the bell.
that's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
the
the
bell.
mayor looks
Whoa.
just like the mayor guy. I was like,
Breaking
oh, that's
Bad
him.
spoilers, guys. I'm on episode 1.
Catch up.
Of season 1. I like that they're offering a lot of different red herrings.
Are they?
Yeah, you got the whole. Are
Red
the
herrings to
townspeople
what?
killing that guy?
You don't know what's
because they
happening.
want to buy the house.
But do they though?
Town does.
Because when they're like, well, you know, you can have the house. They're like, well, do we want it? Like, and then at the end, the guy's like, oh, we'll tear it down.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention at that point.
You should.
I thought
pay-
the
you should
lawyer
pay
was saying
attention.
they couldn't have it. Am I wrong?
No, the lawyer was saying that he offered. He's like $50,000, and they were like, that's a lot of money.
Well,
Not
is
for this
19
fuck palace,
When did
according
this
to the
movie-
girl.
when did this movie- yeah, she's very impressed by that place.
She's like, this is easily worth $50K
this
plus.
place where everywhere they walk around, they're in some kind of spotlight because they don't have any lights. They have one light.
This
but they're just
movie,
trying to light all
this
of them.
movie was made in 1970, released in 1972.
Is that real?
Oh man,
Yes.
they
those
really
are
finessed
facts.
it. That's excellent.
yeah.
I wrote that this movie almost feels like it was shot and edited by accident. Like there'd be those weird, like the weird POV shots. Like
Oh, it's part Call of Duty.
Oh,
Part first person
Yes,
shooter.
totally.
with the
Totally.
guy with the crowbar, I was like, oh, that's totally Call of Duty right there. Well, you,
I have a question.
Temple of Doom.
Was it a Bible that he was thumbing through after he killed them?
Yes.
And because
And
he
then
put like the rosary.
crucifix, yeah, the crucifix in the
crucifix.
hand.
What's up with that? Is that some significance that I should know about?
Is there any significance so far in this movie that we should know about?
Well, I wrote that crazy people always be reading the Bible. I think that's true.
With that, let's get back into it.
Sheriff Mason.
Bill, someone's calling from Butler House.
Okay, put him on.
Go ahead now.
Mr. Carter?
I'm not Carter.
Who is this?
The owner.
Butler.
I'm worried, Sheriff. Carter's not here.
Speak up, I can't hear you.
I can't. I'm sick. Can you come here?
What is it? What's wrong?
His car is here, but he's gone. Won't you come?
Okay. Now you stay put in that house.
I'll wait for you. Please, hurry. I'm afraid.
Now take it easy. I'm coming.
Mr. Butler, are you done?
Tess, I've come back.
What's that?
Tess, I want to see you again.
Hello? Who is this?
You know me, Tess. It's Mary Ann. Tell the mayor. Tell them all. I'm waiting in my father's house. Tess, it's so lonesome here. Don't be long.
Hello? 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 Oh, my God, where is everybody?
Hello?
Oh, Maggie, thank goodness.
What is it, Tess?
Something's come up. Something urgent. Can you start early?
Oh, honey, I'm watching TV.
Maggie Daly, you get yourself over here.
What is it?
Just get moving, Maggie. Just please hurry. Come in. It's open. Okay, mister, that's far enough. What do you want here?
Mayor,
Try again. My father's not home. And don't move.
you want me to put my hands up?
No. Just stay there. What are you staring at?
I seem to remember you from the road.
That's why I'm holding a gun. You scare me.
Well, that makes sense.
Thanks.
Does everybody carry one here?
You can ask the sheriff when he gets here. I'll call him.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but the sheriff's office is empty.
How do you know?
I was just there.
Who are you?
Jeffrey Butler.
Oh, you're the one who's selling the house.
Yes.
Have you any ID?
Come on.
Don't laugh at me. I want your ID. Some maniac escaped from Margaretville.
Okay.
Put it on the table. Now go back. California license. Lucky you.
Would you like to see my maniac card from the asylum? They give you one when you escape. There's a big scarlet M on it so people won't get confused.
Okay. Look, I'm sorry about the gun. My father's in Wilton getting your money.
All I want to do is to get into my house.
The sheriff's deputy might have a key. He's about the only one I know of.
Well, where's he?
You go down the road about 1.5 miles till you come to a white house with a white fence, and then you can't miss it.
Thanks.
That's okay.
Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
If I don't call back in an hour... What? Call the mayor or Mr. Tone and nobody else. Promise me you'll do that.
Well, sure.
Mark it down, honey, so you'll have it.
Sheriff to 301. I'm heading west on Route 5 to Butler House. You'll hear from me. What the hell? That light out there.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you find the deputy?
No, I wasn't there.
Oh. I was thinking, isn't your lawyer supposed to be at the house?
The door was locked. His car was there, so I borrowed it.
You mean you stole a car?
Yeah. Keeping it warm.
What if he needs it?
Let him find me. Who's coming to dinner?
Oh, Daddy. We always have dinner every Thursday. Do you want something?
No, I ate Paradise Motel.
Yeah, I know. It's awful. What about a drink?
Yeah.
It's cheap bourbon, but that's a big favorite around here. Do you want ice?
No, straight.
You look tired.
I am tired.
Well, here's to a fast dollar.
Cheers.
Why did you decide to sell the house?
Needed the cash.
After all these years?
I need it now.
Huh. What's it like on the inside? You know, I've never seen the inside. When I was a child, my father told me to stay away from it, or something terrible might happen. Sort of like a haunted house.
I haven't seen it either.
You're going to sell it? You've never seen it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's too bad. It's about the only place to see around here. Oh, I forgot. Someone keeps calling with a message for my father. She says that she's waiting at your house, in the reception room.
What woman is waiting in my house in the reception room?
Oh, I don't know. It's not a voice that I know.
I better go out then.
Can I come too?
What for?
I'm pushy. I suppose you'll be going back to California soon. California? You said you lived there, remember?
No, I'll be traveling.
Jeff, look. It's the sheriff's car. There's a light. Look at that tombstone. Pretty cheerful.
Who bears the cross shall wear the crown. Wilfred Butler. My grandfather.
Oh.
Someone left their sunglasses in the snow.
They're the sheriff's.
My lawyer's missing. So is the sheriff. You get strange phone calls. And now someone's fascinated by my grandfather's grave.
Let's get out of here.
You still want to go to my house?
Yes. But I don't want to go alone.
Listen.
I'm not nervous.
Well, of course you're not.
Oh, it's the cold. I'm shaking from it. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
We'll get help in town. It's 10 minutes drive.
Good night, Mr. Toman. Have a nice holiday.
Deputy's not here, but Tolman is.
Who's Tolman?
Come on, you'll see. Mr. Tolman, wait. No, please, I have to talk to you. I'm sorry. This is Jeffrey Butler. He's the one who's selling the house. He can't get inside the place. And my father's gone to Wilton. So we wondered...
Anything wrong?
He'll tell us. Tess has gone to his house.
Why would she go there?
I don't know. Anyway, she won't get in. You say it's locked. He says she hates the place.
Would you like to drive there? Diana could stay here, lock herself in.
I need a key.
Back end.
Jesus.
My eyes are watering for some reason.
Leaky eyes?
Not normally.
Real quick. Let's work backwards. Who at this point? Who is Tolman?
Well,
Meaning in the context of the story.
Well, who is Tolman? Period. No, who was that?
Tolman's Uncle
The guy.
Tio,
He's the guy with the
guy who
glasses.
rings
The
the
silent
bell.
guy.
He
He's the
rings the
guy
bell?
who just went with Butler. Yeah. Jeff Butler.
I don't know how
Well,
you're
first,
keeping such good track of their names.
Yeah.
Let's actually start where we left off last, where Jeff Butler comes over to what I don't know the girl's name.
Oh, you mean where she sees a car pull up in the dead of night, and the first thing she thinks to do is to get her gun and unlock the door and invite him in?
Yeah, like snare him into her shotgun trap.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Come in.
Yeah, come on in, and then
She's like, "Look out! I'm gonna kill you."
What?
I don't know why she stopped being afraid of him, but they
She had to be for the story.
The studio edited out whatever we missed.
I don't know.
They turned a sharp
keep
turn.
blaming this on this fictional studio.
I'm gonna.
You think there was a studio behind this movie?
Well, I thought they were gonna go to the house, have sex, and get killed. Just like I thought that was just gonna be like every few minutes someone went and had sex. It's like deathbed.
Happened by accident, for sure. This movie was auto-filmed. Like, those people, I don't even know if those people knew they were in a movie. I think that these are things that just happened. And they just kind of caught what they could on film, and then they put it together. This is the very first reality show.
I'm somewhat indifferent to that whole idea. Because I'm, at this point,
You're
are you
liking
telling
this
me,
movie.
Yeah. You're not
I'm worried.
I'm really mad right now that you're liking
Has
this movie.
fatherhood changed you that much?
I'm really mad right now that you're liking this
barometer.
movie.
Are you just excited to be seeing images on a screen at this
Little
point
bit.
that aren't children's?
No, but it's like
programming?
I genuinely want to know who is killing people and what is going on, and I think that's my entire barometer. It's just being engaged.
Well, do you think that getting all this terrible ADR is what's going to help us get there? The one I wrote it down. I wrote it down verbatim. Oh, I forgot. Someone keeps calling and says she's waiting in the reception room. Well, what?
Oh yeah.
Well, people are just sitting there eating dinner.
Do you not think to ask, well, who is this?
Yeah. No.
Because if she's getting a call from someone saying, hey, can you have Jeffrey Butler? Jeffrey Butler, can you tell Jeffrey Butler to meet me? So, yeah, well, can I ask who's calling?
Yeah.
Okay, questions.
Okay.
We're, at this point, the killer.
Okay.
Predictions.
It's Jeffrey Butler. It has to be.
Is the killer?
Yeah, he's the grandson, right? He's the grandson of the
old
guy.
man Carlson.
I don't know, because when he came back to
get...
the house, she made it seem like he had been gone for like an extremely long amount of time, but in the movie it was seconds.
Do you,
just long enough
the
for
fact
the
that you're able to
Cherokee
track the timing of anything in this movie it doesn't seem to have any bearing in like physical reality. I'm amazed by you. Is that maybe that's a feature of being a father?
I wrote
is that you're able to keep track.
So
of
it's not Jeff Butler, and then the next line is, I think Butler is the red hair.
Oh man.
Like, the movie negated his ability to be the killer and then brought him right back in 2 scenes.
Well,
next question. Is there going to be a love story between these two?
Between Toman and Jeff Butler?
I hope so. I think Jeff's either going to kill him or he's going to mysteriously disappear.
Well, should we find out?
Let's find out.
Oh man, I'm riveted.
Roman, this isn't my house. It's Tess's.
Well, Tess isn't here. Are you satisfied? She must have gone to my place. Well, why wouldn't she go there? She hates it. Maybe she went to see the woman who's there. Someone called the mayor's house before. Said she'd be waiting. What is it?
Hello, Jeff? Hello? Is anybody there? I'm Diane Adams. I spoke to you before.
Bring your father to the house. This is Marianne. Tell him I have the diary. I'm waiting.
Who are you?
He'll know. Christmas Eve, 1935.
Hello? Hello?
Sheriff, I saw your car. Bill? Is that you?
Tess, you can't see me, but I can see you. Oh, yes, I remember that face. You're older now. And fat. But still, Tess. And you're frightened, aren't you? Don't be afraid. I want to help you. Take my hand. Take it, Tess.
1920. The person on the telephone said 1935, Christmas Eve. But that's not the beginning. In 1927, Butler House was restored by Wilfred Butler. After that, I find social notes, parties, nothing special. Then, in 1930, Butler's wife, Catherine, dies of tuberculosis. In August 1933, it starts. Wilfred Butler's daughter is cruelly attacked and raped. Her name is Mary Ann, the same name as the caller who left those messages tonight. She's 15 then. On May 2nd, 1934, Mary Ann Butler gives birth to a son, Jeffrey Butler. Jeff. Early in 1935, Butler House is turned over to a Dr. Robinson as an asylum for mental patients. And then Butler goes on to say that he has committed his own daughter. Mary Ann will live at the asylum. There's no end to this story. It's been carefully cut out of all the papers. Why would Toman do that? You scared me. Oh, what happened?
What happened is, Tess has 40 bird cages. Toman is hysterical. Everybody's at my house but me. It's cold outside and you forgot to lock the door.
Joe, how old are you?
How old am I? You mean, how many years have I lived?
No. There's a lot in the paper about your family.
I don't want to talk about my family.
Wait a minute. There's a woman calling, and she says her name is Mary Ann. That was your mother's name, wasn't it?
My mother died in childbirth. That's when I started traveling.
It's not what the papers say.
What's your point?
I just thought that you should read something for your own good.
Nothing you could tell me about my past or future would be for my own good. Where is the paper?
It's on the table.
so stupid to lie? I missed the whole event.
Jeff, maybe your mother's still alive. Maybe she's waiting for you at the house.
I don't know. Come on. No more side trips. Let's go out there.
It's empty. Jeff, look!
Stay back!
It's Tolman!
Stay back!
She's dead. His hands. Somebody cut off his hands.
You killed him. You killed Tolman.
He was asking for help.
You killed him.
Get in the car. Butler House.
The keys. He took them.
Yes, what?
This is Marianne Butler. I'm calling from my house. Won't you come over here, Mr. Mayor? We're having a reunion. Everyone's here, even your daughter.
All right, we're back. So many questions. Do you think he killed that bird?
He totally killed that bird. I mean, what's this guy?
I think it's just more like trying to make him creepy.
But that's
Maybe he just
beyond.
kissed it in the cheek,
No,
put it back in there.
I think he killed all those birds at Tess's house. By the way, Tess, crazy bird lady. He definitely
Was that
killed...
Tess's house?
Yes.
Why-
Yes.
why
you
did
don't
they
remember?
go-
You don't remember?
Why did
when
they go to
drove
Tess's
up?
house?
They
No.
had the worst ADR ever, which was this isn't what did he say? This isn't my house. It's Tess's.
Go back and watch episodes of Scooby-Doo. I swear you'll find.
I just don't
numerous
understand
episodes
why
of
they
Tess's.
went to Tess's house at all. Because Toman said that she doesn't like that other house? That's it?
I don't
I
know
don't
why.
know
they
why
were.
anybody's motivated to do anything in this film.
I feel like they shot scenes without any kind of script, and they just shot them, and then they had to try to tie things together with ADR and
Exposition?
driving scenes.
I just
that
wrote
didn't have anything to do with
exposition.
anything. So much exposition.
Yeah.
How old am I?
Oh yeah,
How many years?
she goes, how
years
old are
I've
you?
lived?
And he goes, you mean how many years I've lived? Yeah.
Well, he
yeah,
repeats
well,
the question.
That's what.
How old am I?
You know, how old am I?
You mean how many years I've lived?
Yeah,
What?
that's what that means.
And then he goes, oh, my mother died in childbirth. That's when
Oh,
I
yeah,
started
she hits him
traveling.
with the,
Yeah, right.
What do you mean? That's what you,
Right at birth.
That's when you started traveling?
She squeezed him out. She died right there on the table, and he kind of grabbed his baby hobo sack and just hit the road, and just like the doo-doo-doo, like the end of the Hulk, like he would just walk away.
Well, I had a question about that because he says my mother died in childbirth, but is that him?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Or was it another baby?
I'm guessing it's him.
Yeah,
I genuinely didn't understand at that point because my
Because it
first
didn't
thought was
make
like,
any sense.
oh, he would have to be old enough to travel, so
This movie
she
doesn't make
died
any
in
sense.
another. All right, well,
I'm guessing it's him, and it was just.
it doesn't make any
I
sense.
mean, come
at
on,
this
the man
point.
just asked what she
I feel
she
pretty
meant by how
confident
old
this
are you?
last act is gonna wrap everything up.
I don't. Hold on. We can't go over the fact that they went back to Christmas Eve, 1935. Like out of nowhere, it's like, what are we introducing more backstory into this
Exposition,
movie?
yeah.
So much exposition.
I wanted to ask what you guys thought about the axe in the car, where the killer is just hacking the car up, and then the next scene is just on fire. That was a production. Whoa!
They just caught the car
He's like,
on
no,
fire
we're
out of
gonna chalk
nowhere.
this car in
and then
half.
just
And he's like, I can't.
fire.
I'm super tired. We
Super
light it on fire.
Yes. This is a terrible movie.
I realized
No
that
offense
was
to
a
the people who
compound
made
like
this movie.
3.
No, I think no, I don't even
Three
think it's
questions
meant
in
to
one.
be. You know, I don't think you mean to offend them. It's a terrible movie.
Yeah, maybe
they
I
should
think
know
they
it's a
know
terrible.
it, yeah.
yeah, they have to know.
So the call to the mayor is the first time I realized that girl's father is the mayor.
No, she said that.
Well, there's so many things that have been said at this point. Some of them have bearing on this movie, and some of them do not.
At first, I thought that the sheriff was her dad, and then
right.
But then it became clear that wasn't the case.
But she said that her dad was going to buy the house when she was talking to Butler, and then I was like, I have no idea who her dad is.
Right.
But I guess
he was out making some midnight deals, I guess, at the bank.
You seem like you're really trying to figure this movie out.
Yeah, I am.
Like there's a real.
I'm gonna get down to it, man. I'm Scooby-Dooing this movie.
You're so genuine right now. You're like, no, but I thought that he was.
Well, I did because there's so many characters and it's so confusing. I desperately was just
that doesn't
trying
make
to
it a movie.
Who is who together?
Yes, I agree.
Craig. So she gets back in the car with him, even though she thinks he killed Toman.
Yeah, I'm at that point.
Which is insane.
What do you mean? Anything she does or decides to do is totally undermined. Like her logic is so terrible. Like, her decision making is so poor that I don't believe anything she ever does. Not everything is funny. Sometimes it's just deadly serious.
Okay.
I'm concerned for her, that's all.
We're going from here to the end of the movie.
Oh, man.
All questions will be answered. Do you want to venture your guess as to who the killer is one more time?
I'm just going to have to go Jeffrey Butler. I don't care. I
think it has to be. Or the mayor.
I feel like we're like missing a character.
Because it seems as though they're just stupid enough to just add one at the end.
Yeah.
I
dog.
think. Here's what I think.
The
At this
dog.
point,
A dog crawls out of a person's suit and is like, "It was me all along. It's me, Marianne."
Yeah. See, so here's what I think.
Okay.
Because he traveled the country after his mom died in childbirth, I think she gave birth to another baby that killed her, and that baby is the killer.
What you just said made no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
so
it made
it's
about
probably
no,
spot
okay.
on.
So yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
All right.
Can't
here we
argue
go.
that.
I write this knowing that no one shall ever see it. Not my beloved daughter, or even my grandson, Jeffrey. I write for myself in the hope of forgiveness, if that is still possible. And I write for you, Marianne, whose youth and innocence I have destroyed. By 1935, the doctors had treated my daughter for a year. I had believed they could cure her. The child, Jeffrey, was taken from us and sent to California. I turned my house into an asylum. I brought doctors to live there. I welcomed other patients. Useless. All of it. I remembered what she had been. There was never a lovelier, happier child.
Ladies and gentlemen, now quiet, please. I propose a toast. Doctor, please.
By Christmas of the first year, I knew that I must act, not for myself, but for my helpless child.
Led him to create this institution. Our friend.
I had no plan. All I knew was that I must take her from these men with their promises, their lies.
Shall we? Huh? For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny, which nobody can deny, which nobody can deny, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny.
I knew that they would gorge themselves into a stupor that afternoon. It was their celebration. I expected no less. Since they had come into my house, they had acted as if they owned it. They had behaved like poor relations, half guilty, but finally unable to control their appetites. as they usually did. All the time, Robinson would smile and reassure me. They expected me to believe because I had no choice. Wilfred, trust me. He really believed Marianne would be well. He saw a light. There is a light at the end of a long tunnel.
Believe me. There is a light at the end of a long tunnel.
Stay here, Doctor. I'll get more champagne. He was ready. I knew it. Drunk and fat and full of his own importance. I left then. My cruelty to Marianne was inhuman. I know that. I had loved her. I had fathered our child, Jeffrey. I had brought her to this. But I swear that on that afternoon, all I wanted was to save my child. My hope was to get her away from that house. But also, I wanted to set free those other wretches who had so long been abused by the doctors. I knew what they might do if these inmates were freed. And this is my guilt. I knew. And still, I freed them. the inmates started for the house, I went to get our car to take Marianne away. I do not know exactly when she slipped away from me. I assume that when they saw her in the dining room, the inmates believed her to be part of that household which they hated. And so, they killed her. Later, there was a celebration. And then most of the inmates fled. I don't know where. But I shall never forget what they did to my child. Since that Christmas, I have lived in prisons and asylums. Lived anonymously, as an animal. I have wandered in bitterness until all seasons have become as one. And that is a season of vengeance.
Jeff. Jeff.
Wilfred Butler is still alive. This is still his house.
Your grandfather died in 1950. He was burned to death in this house.
My grandfather poured gasoline over a squatter he found here. The town wanted to believe he was dead. They still do. This house was an asylum. There was a massacre by the inmates. Tess, Tolman, the sheriff. Your father.
No.
All inmates. They killed my mother in this room.
Who's that? Who's there?
Oh, no. No. Oh, God, no. Daddy? Daddy?
Diane?
Jeff? Jeff? No. No. Jeff, why? Why?
Sorry. Marianne.
Don't run away. Don't. I'm your father. Don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. Please. It's all right. I won't hurt you. I need you. I have seen you.
I spent that night weeping. By morning, there were no more tears. I know that my father and Jeffrey both thought they were shooting at killers, but they were simply the last victims in that house of victims. And now, a year later, they will tear down Wilfred Butler's monument. But they can never destroy my memories of what happened here.
The end.
Dude, can I say...
Great movie.
Can I say that I know your parents? And I've hung out with them many a time. And they're wonderful people. And it makes me wonder what happened when they had you.
Yeah, like what went wrong? This is not a Christmas movie, Brett.
No, you're not allowed to ask that. Why is it not a Christmas movie?
They don't. There's nothing
what
about
is this
Christmas
about Christmas?
except for when they
I
sing
don't know.
Silent Night.
That. Come on. I consider Sleepless in Seattle a Christmas movie. So
It is kind of a Christmas movie.
I consider any Shane Black film a Christmas movie because they all take place during Christmas and they're wonderful.
So you guys, oh my gosh,
I'm just
the
breaking
set,
the set down.
The set.
Fill her up, tear her down.
You guys want to talk about what happened?
Can I talk about I hate
you
you for making us watch this movie?
No.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't totally understand what happened.
Yeah, you talking about the drunk history style flashback where they explained that...
Well, I did write, who were all these people? And then I realized it was the doctors.
Butler raped and fathered... maybe it wasn't rape. Maybe they had a relationship with his daughter, to Chinatown style.
Was that what it was?
Fathered Jeffrey. Yes. Jeffrey was...
Wait, so it was he, Butler the dad, was the one who had sex? I thought it was the doctors who had sex with them.
Butler Sr. had sex with his daughter.
With the daughter, and their child was
and
Jeffrey.
then she had Jeff. And then she died giving birth to Jeffrey?
No, but she didn't die during birth. That was a lie.
Yeah, that was a lie.
That was another misdirect to nowhere. Like, you can't have a misdirect if there's no direct. Like, if everything is confusing, you can't just add confusion. It makes it so that there's nothing. There's no movie. There's no story there.
Okay, but wait, let's keep going. So then,
let's keep it.
The
we don't want to confuse anybody.
How did the mayor end up with her as a daughter?
And what?
Well, but no, is that Marianne?
Is it not?
Isn't she too young to be Marianne?
Yeah.
To have fathered Jeff Butler? I wondered that too. I wrote that down. Is she Marianne?
No.
Is that what the movie is trying to tell us?
Yeah, Butler Sr., the killer, said that that's his daughter.
No, but it's I took it as the Friday the 13th where he would see someone, like he would see where the girl puts on the sweater and acts as though it was his mom, and he sees his mom. That's what I saw it as though he was so insane that he thought this girl looked like his daughter, so that must have been his daughter. Because
but her reaction to things made it seem like she was involved somehow.
Okay, guys, stop trying to make sense out of what's happening.
I do like that she didn't wait around to find out. She didn't ask any questions. She just started shooting that guy. Also, where did that gun come from? Because there was just a close-up that the gun was like handed to her.
Oh, handed to him, or she handed it over for no reason?
Oh, yeah.
She brought it, because remember, she had it at the house when he came over, and then she was in the car.
That's what it was.
Because he took the key, yeah.
He killed her father, and then she ran over to him, and I wrote, why does she care about Jeff?
Yeah, and not her father.
And then later in the VO, she's like, it was clear they both thought they were doing the right thing. It's like,
no.
You already thought...
Nothing was clear.
Yeah.
You thought Jeff was the killer. And then you found out it was actually Jeff's father. Like, why wouldn't she just assume that they were doing this together? Because there's no answer to that question. Meaning, I think that both Butlers could have had a hand in this whole thing.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is easily the worst movie you've had us watch.
Really, Frankenstein's daughter?
I'd have to go with this. This was painful for me.
Yeah, Frankenstein's Daughter was such an old movie.
Yeah.
It was from the What Is Happening.
Apparently, Jamie's just decided to start vacuuming.
You
In the
never know.
studio?
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what?
There
The
we go.
studio can never be too clean. That's a fact.
So this is the worst movie.
Yeah, this is by far the...
Wait, you talking about Jamie, the one who you play the video games against?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Husband and wife gaming coming back in the new year.
Also, she's also
Thursdays.
She's the proprietor of Mommy Gnomes too, right?
Yes.
Just shouting her out.
This is a good shout out section. We want to hear what you have to think, gentle viewer.
Well, hold on.
We want to know who you are.
Yeah, definitely
that's what I wanna
look us up on Instagram.
Please.
I don't know why I keep pushing Instagram because I don't really use Twitter. I don't need Facebook. I don't like Facebook. Greg is very active.
Are we
on
done
Facebook.
with the analysis? You have a lot of notes.
Well, no, that was those are my notes from the earlier part of the movie. I was just right. I mean, the whole drunk history style flashback with all the the doctors that they poisoned or whatever. Like,
but you don't think that was the best part?
There was a part of me.
Awesome.
There was a part of me that
it
started.
felt like it was made from a different movie.
I started to believe that this was an allegory. Is that the right word?
Yeah, that sounds
for the medical industry. Don't trust them. They're all bad people.
It's possible.
That's what it was.
It was
like
insane.
They
it
got
was like
together
these
and they had
doctors
their Illuminati little,
looked like Sodom and Gomorrah or something.
Yeah, and by the way, all they did was laugh.
Yeah.
Like that was it.
They seemed like pretty pleasant people.
That was awesome when
mostly
the
what we're
inmates
doing
came,
during the
smashed
show?
the glass, put the glass over his closed eye. When he opened it, he smacked it. No? This is good stuff.
No.
Silent Night, Bloody Night is screaming for a remake, which we could do for like $15 on a weekend.
If that. We know enough actors.
Dude, we don't need lights?
Yeah, we got lights. We have, I think, collectively have
don't
more
need
lights
them.
than they have. But if we want to make it better,
we
lights.
Do we? I was going to say, do we want to make?
You know what they say? Lights, camera, action.
Filler up.
Fuck.
Oh, you ruined it.
Can I try that again?
Nope.
You know what they say? Lights, camera, action. Oh fuck! I fucked it up again. Let me try it again. Hey Craig.
Yeah.
Hey Craig.
Yeah,
Hey, Real, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, you know what they say, right?
About what?
Lights, camera,
Mm-hmm.
filler up.
Filler up.
Did you know that Candy Darling? Did you see Candy Darling's name in the credits?
No.
Do you know who Candy Darling was?
No.
She was a transgender actress who was in the Andy Warhol camp, and she was one of the people, one of the laughing, you know, fat cat
So apparently,
doctors.
a bunch of people were from the Andy Warhol, the factory.
Is that true?
Yeah, a lot of them were from a lot of the actors in this, and
Is
also
that where Teddy Gersh came from?
Probably. And this was
TG?
also this film was also the working title was Zora, Zora, an odd choice. Since
Why?
no one is referred to by the name in this film.
There you have
Where
it,
are you reading
guys.
that? Wikipedia?
IMDb. There's IMDb trivia on this movie, by the way, just in case you were wondering.
All right.
Easily the worst movie we've watched.
This has been Filler. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
See you next time.